Hola, ¿quién se?
Okay. Good afternoon. Could you imagine your education without being separate from the adults? Now, also imagine your education with no shelves, no school, and a professor who doesn't know what pedagogy is. Well, this is the way that education was before Sn Bautista. Good afternoon, I'm Eric Lopez Mendez, and I want to tell you how this person changed the idea of education. Sn Bautista was born on Reims, France, on 1651. He was the first son of Louis de La Salle and Nicole Moet, and he had 6 brothers. These people had the best education in that society. After that, when he has 19 years old, he lost his father and mother. So he took the responsibility to educate his 6 siblings and continue with his life. Since he was 10 years old, he was very interested in religious life, so he got to the seminary, and with 22 years old, he was ordained priest, and after that he got a doctorate of theology on the Sorbonne University. Since he was too young, he was interested on the education, so he felt the call to educate the poor people. In 1680, he started to meet with a group of teachers in his own home. There, Sn Bautista teach them human, Christian, and pedagogical education. 1 year later, in 1681, he moved with this group of teachers to a house, and this event marks the creation of a new community, the community of the Christian schools. This was a community that they proposed was to educate poor people and accessibility to the education to all people. In a year after the creation of the community, Sn Bautista surrendered to his position on the church to dedicate entirely to the mission. After that, a famine attacked France in 1684, so he started giving all his possessions to the poor people, keeping his only money to educate poor people, since he gets poor himself, but he keeps with his goal. 3 years later, Sn Bautista proposed to the group of teachers devote their community to the serve of God in there as teachers and not as a monks. This was a new idea. So, therefore, 8 brothers in the community of Sn Bautista take 3 votes of community stability and obedience, adding to the 2 votes that they got at the start, that was celibacy and poverty. And this created a new community of teachers that is still in force to our days. This community has present on 80 countries nowadays, with the goal of the education of all people, of all children and young people, especially that ones who are in the poverty situation. Well, this group of teachers create a new idea of how education must be. Before then, the education consists of one teacher teaching all the science to one student in the student's home. This was very expensive, very difficult, so only for the best society. So Sn Bautista and his group of teachers proposed to rejoin the students on a group with an established schedule where one teacher could teach several students at the same time. Also, before then, the education was in part in Latin because most of the books were in Latin. But the teachers of the science schools started teaching in the students' language, so more children could assist. Also, Sn Bautista proposed the idea of pedagogy, teaching the teachers how teachers must be. And this helped the teachers to the last task that was creating schools for poor and for delinquents. The education for everyone. As a conclusion, we can say that Sn Bautista was a person with a very privileged position in French society who could live with high positions in the church. However, he surrendered all the advantage he could enjoy and dedicate his life to the education. And thanks to this decision, we can take classes as we are doing, with an established group, with an established level, in an established schedule, with teaching in the student's language, and the accessibility to all people to education. These are the bases of the modern educational system. Thanks to this person, we can study as we are doing it right now.